Now, as you should know in the NBA, once you reach 6 fouls on the floor, you are fouled out and disqualified from the game. But what if I told you this NBA player had 7 personal fouls in a single game? Now, we have seen some crazy instances in the past where in college, Alabama and Colin Sexton only had 4 players on the court due to everyone else fouling out, and they had to play a 4-on-5. Although in the NBA, a rule states that no team may be reduced to less than 5 players, if a player in a game receives his 6th personal foul and all other substitutes have already been disqualified or fouled out, that player should remain in the game and charged with a personal and team foul for every remaining foul they get, as well as a technical foul will be going against the team. We've seen this happen only twice in the NBA with both the Warriors and the Lakers a couple years ago. For example, Robert Sacre for the Lakers had 6 personal fouls, but they had no one else on their bench, so he had to remain playing in the game. But in both of these instances, neither of these players received another foul, which would have been their 7th, so they still ended the game with 6 fouls and their teams did not receive technicals in advance. But this player received 7 foul calls in a single NBA game with substitutes on the bench. So what happened? On November 3rd, 1999, the Hawks played up against the Trailblazers. The Hawks found themselves down 32 points at the half with the score 76-44. They pretty much threw the white flag and decided to give their rookie center Cal Bowdler some minutes. And in 15 minutes on the floor, he recorded 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 fouls. But what allowed him to stay on the floor with 6 fouls when the Hawks had other players they could have subbed in? Well, the answer is simple. Basically, the stat recorders fell asleep on the job that day and they forgot to record one of Cal's fouls. Therefore, when he reached his 6th foul, they only had him down as recording 5, leaving him on the floor until he recorded what was really his 7th foul, but what the stat recorder saw as his 6th. So it was then at this time that he finally got disqualified and fouled out of the game, when in reality he had 7 fouls. And it wasn't until later after the game that the NBA realized this, and at that point they couldn't really do anything about it. The opposing team won by 36 points anyway, and the game was already over. The extra foul really didn't affect anything, so the NBA pretty much just let it go and said whatever. So that day on November 3rd, 1999, Cal Bowdler set a record for the most fouls ever committed in a single game, and it still stands to this day. And with all the technology and advancements that we have today, I don't think this record is ever going to be broken, as nowadays a mistake like that is nearly impossible.